Welcome back to another midweek podcast. Here we are, a part of the Ramble Hour. This week, we reviewed Safety on Disney Plus. Chris is going to give you a little synopsis of the movie.
The story of Ray McElrathbey, a freshman football player for Clemson University who secretly raised his younger brother on campus after his home life became too unsteady.
Before we jump in, how many times did you practice that last name?
That last name at least 15 times. McElrathbey. And I'm nailing it now.
That's a mouthful.
It is.
That's a mouthful of names.
It doesn't look that's how you would say it, you know what I mean?
Correct.
So
Correct.
That's so hard about last names, dude.
When you're looking at, so I went first last week in our Little Things movie review. So don't give any numbers away.
Okay.
So your review of the movie.
Okay. I enjoyed it. So I'm an idiot. I'm going to start off with I'm an idiot. I did not realize this was based on a true story.
It says it at the beginning of the movie.
Clearly wasn't paying attention. I was clearly on my phone already getting ready to type stuff out. Because like I started off the movie and I'm like, first off, the fact that they didn't get Dabo Sweeney to do this, I'm shocked because that dude's so greedy and loves money. I'm shocked he wouldn't have been in this movie. Well, now I know why he wasn't. But my first like initial reactions was it was really good. Like when I first saw that kicker, when he walked in and that guy was wearing a Captain America shirt, I knew he was a kicker. I knew he was a freaking kicker.
Why?
Because what other football person wear a freaking Captain America shirt? That's the nerdiest like pick for superhero. But I really enjoyed it. Like it was a good movie. It was a wholesome, happy movie. And then like again, I was like, man, those are outdated uniforms. Because it's a true story, Chris. But I really enjoyed it. And the actor who played Ray, he had like the most genuine smile. Like when he would smile, I smiled every time. Like I would catch myself just smiling because it was just like what people say. It's like a I can never think of. I'm like so good with words until I'm on like this. But it's like what's that reaction like where it causes you to do it because they did it?
Yawning, right?
Yes.
Like you see me yawn, you yawn type of thing. Got it.
Yes. So whatever word it is, let me know. But yeah, so it was just so happy. I really enjoyed the actor for the little kid. I cringed at Famar. I cringed at the scene where in the bookstore he tells her he loves her. I wanted to throw up. I wanted to throw up when he said it. I was like, oh my gosh. And I know that didn't happen in real life. That was a little movie magic, and it was movie tragic, as I said.
Ooh, movie tragic.
Yeah. But it was good. And this movie just reminded me that the NCAA is just a bogus, ridiculous organization, and college athletes deserve to be paid.
Okay, I'll get into my points here in a minute, but I want to jump into how my review, and then we'll kind of talk about some things that I didn't understand. So first off, it was a Clemson University movie, which I am all for. I love how they play football. I love their values. I love how
Tigers.
It's all family or nothing. Like they promote that beyond belief.
Yeah.
And this movie, I think, really captured that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did have a few problems here and there, and we'll talk about them. But I thought my favorite scene in the whole movie, and people are going to be like, "This, you have the dumbest picking scenes," and that's fine. But the truth behind alarms in the morning. 5 a.m. alarm goes off, you hit snooze. 5:26, all of a sudden you're like, oh dang, I needed to be somewhere. That is a true life event.
Oh my gosh.
That was a top scene in the movie. And that was like the dumbest scene, but it's so truthful. It hit home for me. I didn't like either of the coaches acting. So his like positional coach.
Yep.
Or the head coach. I did not like their acting.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like they were good for those roles.
Right.
It wasn't what I wanted for a coaching. I did like, and I can't think of his name. He has like a big gap in his teeth. He was recording a little bit.
The defensive coach.
Yeah.
Or the safeties coach, whichever he was. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I liked him. I like him in a lot of other things because he's in a lot of movies, but I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Casey Stone, the love interest, was a decent actress.
Yeah.
I actually felt like she liked him in the movie.
Right.
Not like I was watching a movie. Like I felt like there was actually
chemistry.
Like, yeah, love and that type of thing there. Um, I understand that this was based on a full story, but like, and I've never had to go through this, so different ball game, right? But taking in your younger brother and or giving up 100% full ride paid scholarship to Clemson to play football is, I mean, you're not making any money, and I get it, and your brother's your life, but like that was astounding for me. Um, but this guy Ray was taking 18 hours of school or 18 hours of college, right? And not taking like Kines classes, right? Taking psychology and some more in-depth classes. Football, which is a high travel intensive sport, had a girlfriend, right? Had to work as a caretaker of his house and apartment,
Yep.
taking care of his brother, and still found time in the day to like eat.
Yeah, the dude could do it all.
That's
Ray can do it all.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, he knew where his priorities were.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, as long as I guess if you're hitting those things right on the notch, like you're good.
Yeah, yeah.
So one of my problems with it, and I want to know if you caught it or saw anything with it. So like he was really good friends with the Italian dude, right? The kicker, Captain America.
Awful accent, by the way. If that's a real accent, my dude, I'm sorry, but that is awful. As a fellow kind of part Italian dude right here, I'm disgusted with your accent.
Kind
and
of
your hair.
So he was really close with that guy, right?
Yes.
But he wasn't really close with anyone else that you saw in the movie, at least, like right off bat.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden his brother comes in, and then he draws in these 3 or 4 other friends that are now like, yes, we're on board.
Well, no, so that kind of thing is the kicker, the Italian, it's because they were roommates. But I think like the other guys, the other 4 guys, they were all freshmen also. So that those were the freshman players.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they all had that tight-knit relationship. And I think it's just, I mean, it's a long movie. It's a 2-hour long movie, but I don't think they had enough time to show you the chemistry he had. I think it was just the kind of thing of, by the fact that they trusted these guys to come in.
Yeah.
They like, it was kind of like showing you like, hey, here's his core group of guys that are like, these guys have his back.
Got it. Yeah, because I was like, you guys weren't involved for like the first 45 minutes of the movie, and now you're helping taking care of the brother. You're sleeping at his house. Like, I was like, that just doesn't make sense.
I think it's just the kind of thing they didn't have time to give us that buildup. It was just kind of like they hope we would expect that if these are the people he's trusting, that means they're all tight and close.
Okay, that's fair.
That's how I took it.
And then I wonder if this is true, and maybe you have more insight on it than I do because you're way smarter than I am. For NCAA, like 8 players and whatever student athletes, that's what I was looking for. Can you really like not accept a ride from a coach?
You really that you really can't.
And how strongly is that enforced? Because, and let me preface this by saying, I'm 99% sure at SFA, like a coach was like chilling in the golf cart and would be like, "Hey man, you want to ride to the locker room?" and would give him a ride because he was already going there.
Yeah, the NCAA only goes after when they think that the player's like getting paid big, in a sense, like that's just like they think like, oh, that's leading up to it, or that's like a bit of a bribe to do it, because the NCAA wants all the money.
Got it.
And they think that none of the dudes in the NCAA ever played football, know what it's like, but they're just these money hungry people who think they have the power of everyone, that they're going to make all these stupid rules. And if you get a candy bar from someone for free or a free piece of pie, that's a bribe and you shouldn't be accepting it.
Yeah, like that was weird. Like, how can you tell? Because the priest, right, was the one leading the charge to clean out the basement, right? It was never asked or anything along those lines.
Nope.
Like, how can you as the NCAA say that's not allowed? Because he didn't ask for it. He had nothing to do with it. If a church wants to do something for someone because out of the kindness of their heart or whatever, how are you going to tell them they can't?
Yeah, exactly.
It didn't make sense. Like at the pie place, right? He paid for his regular meal, assumptually, right? Like he was going to get, and the lady's like, "Hey, and I'm going to throw this in for you."
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost rude if you're like, "No, like I will not," or like going and throwing it away. Like, how is it? Like, first off, how are you going to regulate that as the NCAA?
Exactly.
Like, I understand, like, the guy buying the candy bar from Clemson with using Clemson's money and giving it to the little boy. Like I understand that, right? Because that's Clemson's money that they're full ride paying you as a scholarship that is really not going into your body. But like when you're off campus and you're at a food truck and someone gives you the whole kit and caboodle for free, you can't. You
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
I mean, statistically, there's just no way you could enforce that rule.
No, it's just the NCAA making up their own little rules that fit them, and it's the stupidest thing. It's like the NFL doing the random drug test, or any sport doing the random drug test.
Yeah.
It's like they don't have rhyme or reason behind it. If they feel something, they have the right, and they don't have the right to do it.
Yeah, fair. It's all very strange to me.
Yeah, it's insane. It's like to me, it shows that these kids should be getting paid to play.
At least something, you know.
Yeah.
Not at the same level of professional athletes, but at least something.
No, but I mean, at least minimum wage.
I mean, yeah, something for the hours that they're putting in behind it.
I mean, if you're a lawyer, law school, you're still in school. You go get an internship. You're getting paid.
Yeah.
So, well, why can't they do that kind of stuff?
You know, you let them get
sell their likeness, sell their name, sell their autographs. If people want to pay for it, then let them pay for it.
Yeah. Who are we to say no?
Yeah. But I did enjoy it.
It was very cool.
Yes. I like that they got the campus. That was so cool.
Yeah. Do you know if the walkout is really the walkout? So when they did the walkout of the the final scene-ish of the movie for the Bowden Bowl. And they they came out of the tunnel and they like walked down.
That's real.
That's real?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that would be
they touched the rock
section to sit. Yeah.
Every game.
That's a student section I would sit in, even if I wasn't a student.
Yeah, that's one of that. Yeah, that'd be a game. That would be such a cool game to go to.
I would sit in that student section because that was a legitimate walkout.
Like, that's like one
so cool.
If you're at the game, it will give you chills, like guaranteed. Like a night game, a number like 10 versus number 3, like that kind of game.
Yeah,
you just get chills hearing the crowd.
Yeah, I wonder if, and I've never watched a Clemson game. I'm gonna be very transparent with you. I wonder if Dabo allows them to like be as crazy as Ray was when walking down. You know how he was like ahead of the group? Because I know like Alabama, it's very uniformed.
Yeah.
Like, you all walk out. Nick Saban walks out first, and you all walk out 4 across, 12 deep. Like he knows where you stand in that line.
Yeah. I think Dabo kind of lets them do their thing.
Okay.
I think he's kind of like Mr. Young and Hip coach. I think he kind of lets them loose. I can't remember though, like how they come out for sure.
Okay.
But
because I was very interested in that. That was a really cool walkout. I mean, it was a very good movie. It was an inspiring movie.
Very.
It definitely had the good feelings in there behind it. So out of our scale, right, 1 through 100, mine's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah. Mine's
not gonna be great. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be great, right? But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yes.
So what is your score?
I give it a 72.
72.
72.
That's a pretty good score.
Yeah. No, it's a very good movie. It's on the better side of, I guess, sports movies, but it's still not like a top 5.
Fair.
But it was an enjoyable movie. I don't know if I'd actively just go out of my way to watch it again.
Okay.
But if it was on, or if I was like I can't find anything to watch, I may watch it again. Because like I said, the actor who played Ray, his smile was just so genuine. It was just, yeah. I enjoyed seeing it.
So for me, it was the 2006 vibes that really got me going.
The sidekick, the razor.
The razor, that was classy.
Yeah.
It really drew me back to that time. So I actually rated it a 73.
Okay.
So a little higher than you.
We're pretty accurate with these.
We are pretty spot on, I will say, because we matched on 43, and now I'm 73. You're 72.
Yeah.
It was an overall. I would recommend this to anyone who wants to watch a sports movie they've never seen. Right?
Yes.
I agree that it probably will not be in my top 5. It would fall in my top 10, probably, realistically. I mean, top 10 would be a lot to think about, but it would probably fall in my top 5 of movies or it would probably fall in my top 10, not my top 5.
Right.
But it was a good sports movie. It is not one I regret. I do not regret the time that I spent watching it. enjoyment that I got out of it, as opposed to right the little things I regretted more than you'll ever know.
Yes, yeah, it was a long 2 hours of wasting time.
Every minute of that movie I regretted. But this one I would intentionally watch again.
Okay, okay,
I think 100%. I would intentionally sit down, enjoy it, and watch it again.
yeah. There were a few other points I still had.
Okay.
So, like, you brought up your favorite scene. My favorite scene was the scene where him and her were at the bottom of the hill and they started rapping back and forth.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It was Lauren Hill, and I love Lauren Hill. Like, that's
Who's
my
Lauren Hill?
girl. Do what?
Who's Lauren Hill?
She's like, I don't. She's not like a rapper, but she's like a, I guess pop R&B, not R&B. I don't know how to explain genres anymore, to be honest with you.
Fair.
But she's a really good singer.
So she's a singer and a songwriter. So a
Yes.
little bit.
And then like the doo-wop, like the doo-wop song that played right after that wasn't them rapping. That's like one of my top 10 songs of all time.
Really?
And
Okay.
it's her song. So I was so excited and they didn't play it. I was so bummed. But when they were rapping, I was like, oh my gosh, like that's Lauren. It was just a very cool moment for me.
Is she a 2000s artist or like a more recent artist?
I don't know. I didn't think about that. I think that, I mean, I would assume back then.
Okay.
Like
I
earlier
didn't.
2000s.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah, earlier 2000s. She's not like brand new.
Got it. Okay.
She's been going steady for a while.
Got it. Got it.
And then I don't know why the whole time though, maybe just because the camera angles they use and the way it was shot, it reminded me of the Madden game mode when you go from like being a college player to being a pro.
Yeah.
Like the whole movie just sort of reminded me of it was a cool thing. I was like this is what Madden is like going for.
Yeah.
And they do a pretty good job at it.
Yeah. The football game was weirdly shot. The
Yeah.
one game we watched where we watched the guy pull on his jersey or whatever.
Yes, yes.
That was very strange. Like it looked weird. Like I don't know if it was green screen was weird or what, but it just was shot weird in my opinion.
Yeah. And then the practice scene, this is also when I still thought the movie was like not real or not a true story. And Ray picks off the ball and he's like intercepts it at practice and then laterals it to his cornerback. Yeah. I was like, in no way, in no world would this ever happen in a real game. So if it actually happened in a practice, that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
I would be mad if my player did that because like just protect the ball.
Yeah. Just go down at the one, bro.
Yeah. Like, just fall on it, let your offense come out. That's what they're there for. You're there to pick it off and just shut them down.
Yeah.
And then during the scene, so Alex was kind of like in and out watching the movie with me.
Okay.
During the scene when they started doing the "We Ready,"
okay,
she's like looking at her phone, kind of watching, and all she does is she like puts her phone down and she goes, "They need to calm down. This isn't Remember the Titans." And that's something I'll forever remember her saying. Yeah, I had to pause the movie. I was laughing so hard.
Oh, gracious.
She's like, what is this? Remember the Titans? No. Calm down, safety.
Oh, gracious.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I need to rewatch Remember the Titans, just as an FYI. Great movie.
Such a great movie. So that's a Denzel movie I love. Denzel's little things, not so much.
Boom. Random. I know this isn't Ramble Hour. This is more movie, but really, really, really random. Ever since you said Opie was the same guy that was in Remember the Titans.
Yeah. Opie from Sons of Anarchy.
Yes, Opie from Sons of Anarchy. I went and watched, obviously, Opie's death again. R.I.P. Opie. I went and watched them cutting Opie's hair and beard. Like
yes.
I went and watched all of Opie's scenes in Remember the Titans. And I also found out Opie is in The Walking Dead as a major character.
Really?
Not until later in the seasons.
Later seasons?
Yeah, later seasons.
Okay.
But he's a major character in like current and onwards.
Huh.
So anyhow, really random. Super sorry I went off on that tangent. But yes, I understand the premise of why Ray had to get on the Greyhound bus and go back to Atlanta and pull Famar out of that like drug person's house.
Yeah.
But I really thought there was going to be more with it.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, because he's like, I'll see you around, or he said something when he was leaving, but I really thought there was going to be something else with it, and there just wasn't.
Yeah. And I'm sure, like, in real life there was, but, like, this movie, there was so much, I think, just about Ray's life that, like, realistically, if they wanted to touch everything, it would have been a 4-hour-long movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, and again, this movie didn't feel too long or anything like that.
No.
Like, I mean, if there was more scenes in it, I wouldn't have complained or anything, but I think they just tried keeping it as tight as possible.
Yeah.
That, I mean, of course, they're gonna let some things kind of slip away,
Yeah.
but I also loved the fact that they got like the real atmosphere of the stadium
Yeah. Oh yeah.
for their scenes and stuff. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, they did. It is a very well shot movie overall.
Yeah, yeah,
Honestly, very very well shot movie. I would not change too much about it. I mean, obviously, there's still something. Honestly, I would have preferred a 4 hour movie giving me every detail because
yeah,
some things missed out. Like I missed out on, like when the 51 was his number, he wore a half shirt like Ezekiel Elliott. When they were in the weight room, right? Ray was pumping weights, and then 51 came and pumped weights, and then they were all of a sudden friends.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, it was like in the blink of an eye, and there was never an apology. It was just like, you don't. Okay, I'll carry your gloves. Oh, we're friends now. Like, say what?
Yeah, it was a lot of kind of stuff of you just not maybe not expect you to know, but maybe also like weren't going to explain it to you. Just like, hey, this is how it is now. Like this is how it ended up.
Yeah, they closed the tie, right? They finished the loop, so they told you that they obviously weren't friends and why they weren't friends. But then they came to the finish, but the middle part just wasn't as robust as I would like.
Right, for sure. Yeah,
Not that there's anything wrong with it. That's just kind of where I'm at with it.
yeah, yeah. Very very good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Are you a
So
Tigers fan now?
I'm always a Clemson Tigers fan to an extent, depending
Okay.
on who they play. Right?
Okay.
If they're playing SFA, I'm an SFA fan. I know we're going to get absolutely demolished
I don't
70
think
to
I'd be an
0,
SFA fan.
and we probably won't even have the ball. But I'm an SFA fan, right? So
Okay.
it depends.
Okay. Fair.
But this
Fair.
week, we've discussed. I want to do something a little special, right?
Ooh.
I want to go through a draft Mount Rushmore of sports movies, and I'll let you explain what that means.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is Mount Rushmore, of course. It's your top four. Well, I mean, it's not really top four because it's not the top four faces, but it's a four, and we're gonna do our top four. And by draft, what we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out a way who goes first, and it's gonna be a snake draft. So if Austin's number one, Austin goes, I go. That's our first round. Second round would be I go, then Austin goes, and we just keep going all the way till we each get four. And by a draft means if I pick the Little Giants, Austin can't pick them anymore.
Yep.
Even if that's his number one, he can't pick it. So realistically, we could have very identical in the aspect of just doing our Mount Rushmore, but the snake draft makes it a little more complicated, and we'll kind of pick out better, like deeper movies. And so, how shall we do this? All right, we'll just do it real quick.
I got it. I have a number written under my thumb here. Obviously, the camera can't, people can't see it.
Yes.
But it is either an even or an odd number.
Okay.
If you get it right, you go first. If you get it wrong, I go first.
Perfect. Even.
Even it is. It is number 2.
Let's go.
So you get the first pick, sir. And I'm going to let you know now, if you take my movie, my first pick of first movies, I'm driving to Houston tonight to punch you.
Fair. Now, are you going to write these down so you can recap it at the end?
Yes.
Okay. So my first pick, easy. We already talked about it. Remember the Titans.
You literally suck.
I'll see you in 4 hours.
Remember the Titans is the all-time, in my opinion, greatest sports movie.
It's actually not my all-time favorite. I just knew you were going to take it. I wanted it on my thing. Because we're also going to ask people to pick who had the better draft.
Okay. Now, I'm going to pick one that I don't think is on your radar.
Okay.
Honestly. But it is a great movie and one that I will always love.
Okay.
The Karate Kid.
No. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. Wax on, wax off. That's all I know.
Bro, I'm digging way down to start, but I knew that this movie will hit home for some people.
Which Karate Kid? Jaden Smith or
No, the first one, the very first one. Okay. Not Jaden Smith is garbage, not as a person, but as a movie. And I've never even seen the movie.
Okay. My number. Oh wait, no, it's you again.
It is me now.
Look at me not even knowing the rule.
Let me hit with a quick one. This is this is a top pick. I don't know if it may not be in your top list either.
I don't think any of yours will be, to be honest with you.
Honestly, this one in my opinion stands the biggest chance to be in your top pick. She's the Man.
Nope, not in my.
That's a great one. It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
She's the Man is real quick for those who may not have seen it, Amanda Bynes, goes to play soccer, ends up changing sexes to be on the boys' team because they won't let girls play with her. Great, great, great movie.
This is my favorite sports movie of all time. And yeah, I know you were never going to pick it, but I had to take Remember the Titans first because that's just the easy number one for like most people. This movie, Michael B. Jordan, Sylvester Stallone, Creed. I kind of want to I wish I could like lump in 1 and 2 together because I don't want to waste like another pick on Creed 2. But
Creed is your favorite?
Yeah, love
Really?
that movie. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. I
Michael B.
honestly
Jordan.
wasn't expecting that.
Yes. My next one is you've probably never seen this one. Brad Pitt, Jonah Hill, Moneyball.
Moneyball. I want to see it. I've never seen it.
It's so good, man. It explains how baseball got to where it is.
Really?
With, like, all the analytics and like why you could pick players from a computer as opposed to watching like, oh, they have pure talent. Like the statistics that Jonah Hill's character came up with, the algorithm that wrote like how the Cubs won their World Series, how the Astros won, that kind of stuff. That's what this movie's about.
Really?
Yes.
No, I've seen Creed 1, but it was not a top choice by any standards of the word for me.
Oh man, you're wild for that.
It's as I'm watching or as I'm looking through our list, I notice you have very serious movies.
Yes, yeah, I'm a serious movie kind of guy.
Mine are not so
No,
far.
not at all. Not at all.
Mine are not. Now this one has a little seriousness to it, and I'm looking to see who the actor is. But I don't know who he is.
What movie?
The movie is called Draft Day.
I've never seen it. Is it Michael Keaton?
I don't know. It's the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Centered around the Cleveland Browns. But I saw that movie one time in theaters with one of our friends, and I loved it.
Oh no, it's Kevin Costner.
Okay. I loved that movie.
Really?
I absolutely loved that movie.
Does it also have what's his name? Chadwick Boseman?
I think it does. I think he's one of the picks.
I've never seen it, but it's like people say how like it's like wild that any team would draft what position was he? I don't remember.
It was something weird.
Draft Day. Okay.
Draft Day was a great one. And then I'm going to end my pick. I'm going to end. Hold on. I feel like we should do 5.
We could do 5. Because
that means you start and I would end. That's only fair.
Whatever you want to do.
Otherwise, you start and you end. You're trying to get the best picks of both worlds.
That's not even possible. I get one more pick.
So we're opening it to 5. I'm picking Sandlot.
Oh my gosh, that wasn't even in mine.
Benny the Jet.
Benny the Jet Rodriguez, baby.
Sandlot. That's a top pick right there.
That's a decent pick. My next one would be Blindside. I love that movie.
Really?
Yeah, okay. that was one of my favorite movies for a long time.
Blindside. Okay.
And then the next one is another fighting movie. It's about a UFC fighters. They're brothers, Tom Hardy, and the movie Warrior.
I've never heard of it, never seen it, don't know anything about it.
I don't know. I love that movie. So good. So good.
Interesting.
So you get your last pick.
So I have quite a few in here, right? I think it's this one. Hold on, I'm clicking on this on my computer screen because I want to read what this is about to make sure this is the movie that I'm picking.
Wait, have you not seen the movie?
No, I've seen the movie, but I don't think this is it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna explain it to you, and I need to look it up because I can't think of the movie's name. I literally had it. Hold on. So, and maybe you know it. It's a football movie, okay? So it's a team that had, and I don't think we've picked it. The name doesn't sound familiar. That's also weird. It's a team that had the longest winning history in high school football. in Southern California or Northern California, and they lost one game, and like the whole town turned against them.
I have no idea what movie you're referring to.
Longest winning streak.
Is it a serious movie? Is it a comedy? How can
No.
it be a top 5 movie if you don't know the freaking name of it?
Because you know when like words slip your mind? Here it is. It's called When the Game Stands Tall.
Never heard of it. You should have picked a better movie. Never heard of it.
I really encourage you to watch it. I think it's got to be on something free because I don't pay for movies.
Yeah, we know that.
It's got to be on, Netflix, HBO, something like that. But I really encourage you to watch When the Game Stands Tall. So
Okay.
my picks are, and here's the thing. I want you guys to text us. I want you guys to hit us up on Instagram. I want you guys to email us. I want you guys to put it in the YouTube comments. Let us know who had a better draft list.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Mine,
Chris
my
did.
draft list is Karate Kid.
Who?
She's the Man. Draft Day. Sandlot. And When the Game Stands Tall.
Sandlot's your only good pick.
You haven't even seen When the Game Stands Tall or Draft Day.
Don't need to. Sandlot is your only good pick. That's one of the ones I wish I took.
No.
Now read the winning list because mine already has one vote. So go ahead.
Chris's list is Remember the Titans,
Whoop.
Creed, Moneyball,
Yes, sir.
Blindside,
Mm-hmm.
and Warrior.
Little golf.
Warrior sounds terrible. Blindside was great. Never seen Moneyball. Creed's meh. Remember the Titans is obviously the best movie of all time.
Of all time?
Of all time sports movies, of course.
Yeah, agreed. Totally
So,
agree.
yes, comment. Let us know. I want to hear about how it is and what it looks like and your thoughts, and even give us your top 5. Right? Let us hear your top 5. I'm very interested to see, if any of ours fall in that same category, or if you're more of a serious game or movie watcher, or a humorous, enjoyable, movie watcher like I. So that's all we got. Our next movie.
Yes.
We have chosen it. It is called The Dig.
It is on Netflix.
It is on Netflix currently as of February, whatever day it is. It's
14th.
number 7 trending on Netflix, so it's going to be very good. But yes, The Dig on Netflix. Give it a watch. Rate it yourself. Write down some thoughts. Come listen to ours. Let's talk about it. Let's listen to it, and we'd love to have you back next Thursday.
Yeah, let's ramble on these movies.
Let's ramble, because you can't change the world without rambling.
Unless you ramble, dude. Unless you ramble.
You're
You're a co-host. Get it right.
You're the ending guy and the beginning guy, so you're much better than I am at these things.
Yeah, you're just a middleman.
I'm just here for the looks, and they can't even see us, so that's the point.
Exactly.
So, yes, The Dig. Check it out. Let us know how it is, and we'll see you guys next Thursday.
We love you guys.